TaskFlow has components, it has state, it has hooks, but every feature lives on a single page. Click a task and the whole app re-renders. One settings, another re-render. There is no URL state, no back button, no bookmarks. And the data, it is fetched on every mount. No caching, no loading states. Users see a blank screen while the API responds. Routing and data fetching are what turn a React project into a real application. Routing maps URLs to components. Data fetching gets content from your API. In this video, you will learn React Router version 6. Browser router routes route link and NavLink. Navigation hooks, useNavigate, useParams and useSearchParams. Nested routes, layouts, and protected routes. Data fetching with useEffect and fetch, including loading and error states, and caching with TanStack Query and optimistic updates. By the end, TaskFlow will have real routes, real API calls, and real user experience. React Router is the standard routing library for React. Version 6 is the current major release and it changed a lot from version 5. At the top level, you wrap your entire app in Browser Router. Browser Router uses the HTML5 history API to keep your UI in sync with the URL, no page reloads, no hash symbols, clean URLs. Inside Browser Router, you define routes. Routes is the container that holds all your route definitions. Each route maps a URL path to a React component. Path equals /tasks, element equals task list component, path equals /tasks /ID, element equals task detail component. The :ID is a dynamic segment. It matches any value. /tasks /1 /tasks /42, they all match. For navigation, you use link instead of anchor tags. Link renders an anchor tag but intercepts the click. Instead of a full page reload, it uses the history API to update the URL. React Router sees the new URL and swaps the component, instant, no reload. NavLink is like link, but it knows when its path matches the current URL. It adds an active class so you can style the current page in your navigation. This is how sidebar menus and tab bars highlight the active item. A catch-all route with path star handles 404 pages. Any URL that doesn't match a defined route renders your not found component. Sometimes you need to navigate programmatically, not from a click. After a form submission, after a login, after deleting a record. useNavigate returns a navigate function. Call navigate /tasks to go to the tasks page. Call navigate -1 to go back, just like the browser back button. useParams extracts dynamic segments from the URL. If your route is /tasks /ID, useParams returns an object with ID. In task detail, you destructure ID from useParams and use it to fetch that specific task. useSearchParams works like useState, but for query strings. The URL might be /tasks filter equals active. useSearchParams gives you the filter value and a setter to update it. When you update the search params, the URL changes but the page does not reload. Now, nested routes and layouts. Most apps have a layout that stays the same across pages. A navbar at the top, a sidebar on the left, a footer at the bottom. Only the main content area changes when you navigate. In React Router, you create a layout route. The layout component renders outlet where child routes should appear. Child routes are nested inside the parent route. The layout stays mounted, only the outlet content swaps. An index route is the default child. It renders when the parent path matches exactly. Not every route should be accessible to everyone. Settings pages need authentication. Admin panels need authorization. A protected route is a wrapper component that checks if the user is logged in. If they are, it renders the child routes through outlet. If they are not, it redirects them to the login page with Navigate. The navigate component from React Router performs an immediate redirect. You can pass a state prop to remember where the user was trying to go. After login, redirect them back to their original destination. For role-based access, check the user's role property. Is the user an admin? Render the admin panel. Is the user a regular user? Redirect to the dashboard. Layout routes make this pattern clean. Wrap a group of routes in a single protected root element. Every child route inherits the auth check. No need to add authentication logic to every single page component. This keeps your route definitions organized and your auth logic in one place. React does not have a built-in way to fetch data. The standard pattern is useEffect plus the fetch API. In your component, declare three pieces of state: data, initially null or an empty array; loading, initially true; error, initially null. In useEffect, call fetch with your API endpoint. Await the response. Pass the JSON. Set the data state. If anything fails, catch the error and set the error state. In the finally block, set loading to false. This gives you three UI states. Loading is true, show a spinner or skeleton. Error exists, show an error message with a retry button. Data is available, render your component normally. This is the fetch state machine. Idle, then loading, then either success or error. The dependency array controls when the effect reruns. Empty array means run once on mount. Array with id means rerun whenever id changes. A common mistake is forgetting the dependency array. Without it, useEffect runs after every render. That creates an infinite loop: fetch, set state, re-render, fetch again. Always include the dependency array, even if it is empty. The useEffect pattern works, but it has problems. Navigate away and come back. The data is fetched again. Two components need the same data. Two separate fetch calls. Caching libraries solve this. They store fetched data and reuse it. TanStack Query, formerly React Query, is the most popular. You call useQuery with a query key and a query function. The query key is an array like tasks or tasks, ID. TanStack Query uses the key to cache and deduplicate requests. If two components use the same key, only one fetch happens. SWR from Vercel uses the stale while revalidate strategy. Show cached data immediately, then fetch fresh data in the background. The user sees content instantly. When fresh data arrives, the UI updates. Stale time controls how long cached data is considered fresh. 5 minutes means no refetch for 5 minutes after the last successful fetch. Optimistic updates take this further. When a user adds a task, update the UI immediately. Don't wait for the server to respond. Assume it will succeed. If the server returns an error, roll back the change. This makes the app feel instant. No loading spinners for mutations. Invalidation tells the cache to refetch. After a mutation, invalidate the relevant query key. The cache fetches fresh data and updates all components using that key. Let's wire up TaskFlow with routes and data fetching. The task list lives at /tasks. It uses useQuery to fetch all tasks from the API. While loading, we show skeleton cards, placeholder shapes that match the real layout. If the fetch fails, we show an error banner with a retry button. Each task links to /task/id using a link component. The task detail page uses useParams to get the ID from the URL. Then it fetches that single task with useQuery and the key tasks, id. The settings page lives at /settings. It is wrapped in a protected route. If you are not logged in, you get redirected to login. The login page lives at /login. On successful login, it navigates to /tasks. A route layout wraps everything. Navbar at the top, outlet in the middle, footer at the bottom. Navigation uses NavLink, so the active page is highlighted. The whole app is wrapped in a query client provider for TanStack Query. Every route that needs data gets it through useQuery. Automatic caching, automatic deduplication. Let's recap what you learned. React Router version 6. Browser router wraps your app. Routes holds your route definitions. Link and NavLink for client-side navigation without page reloads. Navigation hooks. useNavigate for programmatic routing. useParams for dynamic segments. useSearchParams for query strings. Nested routes and layouts. Outlet renders child routes, keeping shared UI in place. Protected routes. Auth guards that check authentication and redirect when needed. Data fetching with useEffect and fetch. Loading state, error state, dependency arrays. Caching with TanStack Query. Query keys, stale time, automatic deduplication, and optimistic updates for instant user feedback on mutations. In the next video, we explore Svelte, a completely different approach to reactivity with no virtual DOM. See you in the next one.